What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another player rating show here on Back of the Net. Unfortunately, not a win to talk about. Fell short. 1-1 draw with Millwall last night. Really frustrating game. Millwall done what they've done against the majority of the top teams and managed to, credit to them, really. They made it difficult for us, but definitely frustrating from our part. And yeah, big blow. And Junior Stanislas also getting what looks like a bad injury. Just topped it off, really. It was a really frustrating one, but hopefully we can bounce back on Saturday. But yeah, into the ratings, and we've got a guest with me today. That is much love from the free fall over from the States. We've got Daniel with me today. Hi, Daniel. Did you enjoy the game, mate?
It was a weird game. The only thing I mostly remember is most of our players going down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that's true. They put in some hard tackles. I thought the ref let them get away with quite a bit, actually. But yeah, they definitely showed their physical side. We'll get into the players anyway, Daniel, and starting with the goalkeeper Asmir Begovic, and he's seems to always make a big save in a game. And I remember he made one in the first half that was really good. And he's just brilliant, isn't he? What did you make of Asmir last night?
So from my opinion, I feel like he's our Lord and Savior. Like, I feel like without him, this season wouldn't be our best season because he made some really good blocks. So we have to give fair credit to him. So I gave him a 8.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think I agree with what you say, Daniel. He's been just brilliant for us every game, and once again he made another really crucial save. And yes, the fact is he's probably been our best player this season. So like you say, don't know where we'd be. A bit worried how we'd be without him because he has made some really good saves. Into the back three that we played last night, and we'll start with Jack Simpson, who gets a bit of criticism, I feel, online, which I feel sometimes a little bit harsh. I think he's come into the team and done okay. He's still not the complete player, but I thought he was solid enough. But a few little errors in that last night. What do you think of Jack Simpson?
On my opinion, first half, he was doing really well. But then in the second half, he kind of went lower down. So it was like a weird one. I feel like he did better on the first half. He was blocking really good balls. I feel like he was one of the better defenders in the first half. But then in the second half, I don't know, he just went kind of weird. So I gave him a 7 for the first half.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I agree with you. I remember in the first half he made one really good block from, I think, coming from a corner, and he got himself in front of it and made a really good block. But yeah, still a few errors in his game, but I think he's come in and done okay, to be honest. One of the three with him was the captain, Steve Cook, who I always think's relatively consistent and does his job pretty well. What did you make of Cookie?
So if I remember correctly, in the first half, he made this amazing header, but it was sadly that it didn't make it to the goal. And then, so he made that amazing header, and then he was trying to score. Like you can tell he was trying to score. His defending was pretty good. And then in the second half, if I'm correct, him and Jefferson Lerma helped Asmir Begovic with that amazing save. So I gave him a 8 because it's hard to be the captain, and he tried his hardest, and yeah, I feel like he deserves an 8.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Cookie always seems to put in a good performance, and like you say, he was unlucky. I know he's got a good record of scoring against Millwall, and he nearly had another one at times last night. The other one of the three was Lloyd Kelly, who I've been unsure of lately, but I thought he was a bit better. I thought he was pretty solid. I remember he recovered well and made some good tackles using his pace and strength. What did you think?
So I liked how he played. So like when he had the ball, he had good feet work. I feel like, but then not all the times, but I feel like some of the times he was kind of like not paying attention. So this is one of the persons I gave a 6 because sometimes he wasn't really paying attention, but sometimes he was actually doing good with his feet with the ball. So it was a hard one to choose.
Yeah, sometimes he can kind of look a little bit laboured, a little bit casual sometimes, and you want him to kind of speed it up a little bit. So I appreciate what you're saying there. Into the kind of wing backs, and Adam Smith played on that right-hand side. He struggled a bit lately. Hasn't been as good as we know he can be. I think there was one time where he recovered really well, and you certainly can't ever criticise him for his work rate and his energy. But what did you make of Smithy on the whole?
I feel like he did really well. I feel like he did better than most of the games. But I was like him, to me, and Kelly, I don't feel like they have been paying attention that much.
Okay.
They kind of like weird players. Like when they have the ball, they look like good quality, but sometimes when they're defending, it gets nervous because like the other team can just pass them. So I gave them a 6 too.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I wonder if sometimes it does. I see what you're saying. Like they switch off a little bit sometimes, and yeah, I know what you mean, because we know how good Smithy can be as well. So it's hopefully he can get that form now. Stacey's back as well, so that'll provide him some competition. On the left hand side was Diego Rico, another player who seems to sometimes he's brilliant, then other times you think, oh, is he good enough? And he come off near the end, but I'm not sure if he was okay for me, but I'm still think he can give more. What did you think?
To me, because when I was watching, I remember him being in front of Kelly, and I feel like he was doing better defense, but like his attacking play wasn't really the best. I feel like he's way better defending than he is attacking. I gave him a 7 because of the attacking, but I feel like they should switch Kelly and Rico maybe, because Rico to me looks better defending.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He probably sometimes you want him to offer a bit more going forward, because we know he's got a good left foot on him. But yeah, I know that he's got, like you said about defending, I think I saw in the league, he's got one of the best interceptions in the league. So, but sometimes I think he makes so many tackles because he gives it away in the first place. But yeah, he can definitely give a bit more going forward, Diego. I agree with that. Into the midfield, and we'll start with Jefferson Lerma, who always seems to do a good job in there. Was he to his levels that we know he can? Maybe not. What did you think of Jeff on the night?
He was definitely not in the like best form, but I feel like he did good. The only thing I can really remember from Jefferson Lerma is that amazing header. I feel like he was one of the reasons why they didn't score 2. There was sometimes of these amazing passes. Attacking wise, again, he's a really good attacker, but I feel like he wasn't showing it that much. So I gave him a 7 because of his defending and passing.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I agree with you. Sometimes I wonder if he's played a lot of football, and sometimes I think he don't quite look sharp as we know he can be. But he still always does quite a decent job, doesn't he? And like I say, he gets his head on a lot of things, like you mentioned. With him in there was Lewis Cook, who's been brilliant for us this season. Not sure if he was quite as good, but he tried to drive on a few times, but his passing probably wasn't as good as it normally is. What did you think of Lewis?
To me, first half wasn't his best half.
No.
I feel like second half kind of got him there. I remember there was like this big run. He was about to score. Then I think he passed it to Jack Stacey. To me, I'm gonna rate him after like the second half. I feel like he was way better with like not the best passes, but the lower passes were kind of good. The feet work were pretty good. I gave him a 7. I know one I'm using a lot, but
it was one of them performances, wasn't it, though, where you go, no one was awful, but no one was brilliant. So that 7's kind of fair, I think. And I remember what run you were talking about as well. A really good run, and then he didn't quite get the pass right. But Lewis always tries, but hopefully he can improve a little bit for the weekend. And on the kind of right-hand side was David Brooks, who, we know how good he can be. I felt he probably wasn't quite on it. Last night he's played a lot of football, but what did you think of Brooksy?
I don't know, because the only thing, I feel like he was doing good, but I feel like he was on the ground way too much. So you can't really tell how he was playing, because it was a very hard one to tell how he was playing after keep on falling on the ground, and then it was a really difficult one. It's something I don't know how to rate, but I feel like it belongs to a 6, because
Yeah.
he was on the ground most of the time, so no one really got to see him play. So I can't really give him a big number.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I thought Millwall done a good job on him. Like you say, they were going in hard on him, and he struggled to get into his flow, didn't he? So yeah, I think that's fair. On the other side, looks like he's got a bad injury, sadly. Junior Stanislas, he got the assist for the goal. Always a pretty consistent player for us, but yeah, looks like he might be out for a period of time, which is going to be a shame. But what did you think of Junior when he was on the pitch?
I enjoyed. You can tell he was trying to help defend, because you can see sometimes he was in the defend area, and then sometimes he was helping in the front. I think he was doing good while he was on the pitch. He tried to score. I remember there was like Solanki passed the ball, and then there was like this shot he did, but I feel like I think the Millwall player blocked it. Him and Begovic are probably one of the reasons why we might go back to the Premier League, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I gave him an 8 because you can tell he was trying. He was helping in defendants. He's a good player for us.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to miss him if he's out for a period of time. Hopefully it's not as bad as it looks. But yeah, another assist for him. So like you say, he's key to us to try and get back up. Man that did get the goal again was Dom Solanki. I felt he probably didn't get enough service because we needed to get the ball to him more, in my opinion. But he took his goal really well. What did you think of Dom?
I feel like he did good today. I feel like the only problem was the passes to him.
Yeah.
The best. A lot of the Millwall players were always constantly like trying to block him. I feel like we have to give him credit because he tried his hardest. Most of the Millwall players blocked him. The passes weren't the best. And I gave him an 8 because of him trying his hardest to try to score.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Daniel. I think at the end of the day, when he got the service and got the chance, he scored. He didn't get enough, and sometimes when he's up there, I think that he's kind of on his own a bit too much, and he needs someone a bit closer to him because, like you say, the defenders can just get tight and make it hard. Going to some of the subs, they got a bit of. Some of them didn't get as much time as others. I know Phil Billing, I believe, was the first player to come on, and probably feels a little bit harsh to not have started the game. But what did you think of Billing when he come on? Seemed to do okay.
Everyone thought he was gonna start. I get why he did play good, but there's like these sometimes he was going on a run. On my opinion, he did good, but he's kind of like also really not paying attention that much when I saw him play. I gave him a 6 because he was kind of like only doing what he needed to when he had the ball.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's never quite sure what you're going to get from Billing, but wouldn't surprise me if he come back in the team soon, though, to be fair, just to give a little bit more in that middle of the pitch. Who else? Well, Josh King come on, obviously, didn't he? And he had a really good chance. I thought he was going to get the goal for us. Probably done all he could. But what did you think of Josh when he come on? And do you think he'll stay?
First of all, I don't think he will stay.
No.
So I was looking at the highlights and I saw Joshua King. He did have that like area to. He was doing really good, but then he missed it by like an inch. I feel like he did well when he go on. I feel like he's trying to get better and better when he plays with us. So like a Premier League team sees him, say, yeah, that's the guy we need. So in my opinion, he gets a 7 for that. Like that.
Yeah, the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He probably is trying to get a move to a Premier League club. There's a few sniffing around, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it would have been nice if he had come on and got that winner. I think the next one that come on was Raquel May, and like we just mentioned with Stanislas getting an injury, he might get a few more chances now because we're only seeing him in little bits, aren't we? What did you think of him?
He was a player that you didn't really get to see that much because he was like one of the players, like the last players to come on. So it was like really hard to tell like how he was playing. You can tell he was open some of the times. He has really good feet, but I feel like maybe because he was like the few last minutes, he didn't get that much ball time. So I gave him a 6 because you didn't really get to see him that much with the ball, so I didn't know how to rate him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's hard to rate these players when they come on a little bit, and it'll be the same for the next player, Jack Stacey. Obviously, only come on near the end, but it's nice to see him back anyway. If he's getting up to fitness, it'd be really good to have him back in the team, won't it?
Yeah, he's a really good defender. When I noticed, the only really play we can talk about is that pass Lewis Cook did, but they missed. We didn't really see that much ball time, but I feel like if he went more, we could have seen more. I was tempting to give him a 7, but I'm gonna give him a 6 because we didn't really see him that much.
Yeah, no, he only come on at the end, like you say. So hopefully we'll get to see more of Jack soon now that he's back fit. We'll go in quickly and just do a little rating on the manager. So in terms of the team that he put out and the subs that he made, I mean, yeah, some people probably could have had more of an attacking option on there rather than the 3 centre backs. But it was a team I kind of expected. And then did he make the subs a little bit too late? I'm not sure. It felt a little bit more reactive to the situation rather than proactive, but we didn't play great. But what did you think of Jason in terms of the team and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's kind of hard being that new manager that you grew up with being the assistant manager. In my opinion, he did good. Like, I feel like he does good controlling the players, but the only problem with him is the subs getting on very late, because we also want to rest the players sometimes, because you can tell the players were not like doing their best. Because you remember the Loontown game?
Yeah.
They're not the best. I feel like that's going to happen again. So I feel like subs should go on. I feel like a 7 will be right because of him controlling the players.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The subs were a little bit late, and I thought that we probably should have chucked Sam Surridge on at some point as well, just to get another striker up there. We've obviously already played Luton once, who we've got on the weekend, and drew 0-0. I remember it was a really horrible, difficult game. Is there anyone? First of all, what's your prediction? And is there anyone that didn't play that maybe you want to? Because obviously Stanislas is injured. So is there anyone you'd like to see play a little bit more? And do you think we'll get the win? More importantly.
I feel like it will be a good game because we're home.
Yeah. We
can tell from the yesterday result, it doesn't matter that we're home. We can still lose. It's a hard one because Luton also lost. I feel like that will be in our advantage because they lost. Luton is a very strong team. If we win, I'll say we only win either by 2 goals or just 1 goal, but it's going to be a very hard game. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Roro should come on. He maybe should come on. And either Sam Surridge or maybe even Joshua King. You can tell he's trying to show his power. And maybe we can use him for good uses before he leaves. So.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I think it will be another tough game, tight game, and hopefully we'll just about get it done. Like you say, probably be quite an even one. But yeah, I think Raquel May might get some more minutes now. We're hoping Dan Juma's not too far away. We could do with him being back, couldn't we? But thanks for coming on, Daniel. Really good to see you. I know everyone will be happy. You're one of the favourites on the free for all. So really appreciate it, mate. And I'm sure I'll have you on again sometime. And yeah, cheers to Daniel. And yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. It'll be interesting to see if we get a bit more of Roro now that Junior's sadly got his injury. Hopefully Dan Juma's not too far away as well. But yeah, a lot of things for JT to think about. Do we change the system? I know we played Luton last time. I had a look and it looks like we played about 4 that game. I can't really remember. But looking at the personnel there, looks like we might have. So be interested to see what he does because we weren't great against them last time. But yeah, will we see, Sam Surridge, if Josh King, whether he wants to be here or not, if he's trying to get a move, then he's a top player. I would personally quite like to see Surridge up there with Dom, get someone a little bit closer to Solanki. And yeah, do you rotate Brooks out? There's a lot of questions. It was a frustrating one, wasn't it? And yeah, I think everyone's rightly frustrated after that last night. It is 2 points dropped. But like I mentioned, Millwall have done this before. They've got points off Norwich, points off Bristol City, points off Brentford, Reading. Seems to be what they do well. So let's bounce back on Saturday, hopefully. Listen, we're still third in the league, still doing okay. and I'm still confident we can kick on to that next level, and hopefully we get the job done, because it was really difficult to watch last night. But listen, if we defended one set piece better, we get over the line with a 1-0 win. You know, it's the small margins, isn't it, in football? So hopefully we bounce back. Cheers for watching. Sorry I couldn't be a positive one, but hopefully it will be. And yeah, let me know as well, because I'm, especially with Junior being out, what do people want to see? What system do we want to see? I know I'm going to be flooded with not three at the back, which I do agree with, by the way. I personally think we've got the players to be able to play with 4. But what I always try and point out to people is it's not as simple as just going, it was the formation. We played 3 at the back in our 2 biggest wins this season. 5-0 against Huddersfield and 4-0 against Barnsley. Both of them, we played a 3 at the back. So, listen, it's just how you implement it on the day, and the players in front of them, and how we perform. I think I do agree that at home to a team like Millwall, who weren't really pressing us, were happy to sit back. I felt like kind of at half time we should have gone, you know what, there's no need for this. But yeah, we'll see what happens, and hopefully we'll bounce back. That's the most important thing, and get back to winning ways, really. And then we can get back into that top 2 as soon as possible. But yeah, cheers for watching. Didn't actually mention man of the match actually on there, but obviously you can see with the ratings, I think it's fair to say it was Asmir Begovic, wasn't it? Usual. When we don't win, it's normally him, but what a keeper. But yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Keep positive. We got this. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. Up, Cherries.